Love, light, and blessings. Shamanic White Priestess here, and I'm cooking myself some lunch because I'm on a scheduled lunch break, and then I'm going to get back to my professional readings. I've been working all morning, and I have to eat something so I could keep going for the rest of the day until my daughter comes home from school, and I have to get ready for that, and then I'll do some night readings while she is asleep. So I'm not even halfway through my day. But I wanted to make this really quick video because this is a topic that has literally keeps making it and continues to make it like there's signs. It just keeps coming back to me that I need to make this video. And I don't believe in just coincidence, like, oh, that's just happening for no reason. Like, it's just too much. Like, I've had conversations with subscribers. I've had conversations in my regular life about it. Drinking my yerba mate tea. And so I'm like, I have to talk about this. And then someone that I highly respect everybody, but someone that I really highly respect, that is a mentor / client of mine. So I look up to them, they look up to me, and things of that nature. So a client and a personal friend of mine, they were telling me that someone just reached them out of nowhere on social media. And I was like, that's it, I have to make a video on this. So this video is going to be about signs to watch out for when it comes to spiritualists or root workers. Anybody who claims to do spiritual work or be initiated into tradition or whatever the case may be. Anyone who offers spiritual services. There are certain signs and certain red flags that I've seen become like a common trend. And so I wrote a list down, and I'm going to share that with you so I can stay on topic and kind of make a brief video. And then I'm going to try to download this either today or tomorrow and things like that. So one of the things to look out for is what I just said. Like, if you're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, it's one thing to advertise yourself. So I work on YouTube when it comes to advertising my services. I see this as, yes, I'm connected with a community, but I'm also, this channel is pretty much so that I can share with the world what my path is. And if someone's interested in my services, they'll either comment on the comment section or they will email me through my site, the contact form, and we'll talk there and things like that. So even though I advertise my services, I do not go outside of YouTube into someone's social media and just start like doing this. And this is something you have to be careful. Like this gentleman, literally just contacted her out of the blue. The spirits told me to contact you. And at first she was going to entertain it, right? Because, that could happen. But then they started asking for money. Oh, you're cursed and hexed and do. But if you give me a couple of $100, I can send you the stuff that you need. And this is why she knew that wasn't of spirit, because this person is an initiate in voodoo. They kind of would know if they were hexed, but because they're not advertising themselves as a voodoo initiate. Okay, like in my regular social media, I'm just myself on it. I don't advertise my services. I do have one that is just my actual professional name, but I really don't go on it that much. I need to kind of work on the whole Facebook thing. Will be another video for another day, but I plan to be more on there and things. But anyway, so she was like, ooh, she's like, I have my priestess coming because me and her are going to do some things. We do a lot of collaborations and things like that, and voodoo rituals and ceremonies together, and we celebrate the fetes and stuff because she's part of the voodoo house that I am a part of. So we're part of the same spiritual community and things like that. So this is why she knew he was a crock of shit, excuse my language. And that's the thing. So she knew that, but there's people that don't know that, and they genuinely think, oh, maybe I am, and I don't realize it, and they'll go and send this person money thinking that they're helping them, and they're just a false person. So be careful if someone out of the blue just comes, oh, spirit led, because the thing is, When spirit wants you to seek out a worker, like I said, people find me and they'll be like, I don't know how I found you, but I kind of just found you. They'll either find a video, old video of mine or something like that, or whatever the case may be, or someone that's worked with me in the past. I do have clients that recommend me to their friends and family, word of mouth, and people will find you. People will find you. So when you're meant to work with somebody, spirits will open up that door for you to find that channel or find that person and things like that. And I find that the same thing with when I worked on the psychic hotline. Like, people will be like, oh, I have to fish for clients. I didn't have to do that. The people that needed to work with me were automatically just drawn to me. So be careful when people just start to seek you out. Another thing that she said when this was happening, and like I said, I've heard a lot of these weird stories. This person started to cold read her, and they were like, because you're going through, and she's like, I'm not going through any of the stuff you're saying. But sometimes when they're doing a cold reading, something might stick, and because they pretty much just guessing, and then you'll be like, oh, well, everything else was wrong, but maybe that one thing is right. Maybe I should, and things like that. So be careful when people just automatically start cold reading you. I don't just read random people. People have to seek out my services. That's granting me permission, and then I'll read you and things like that. When it comes to family members and things like that, or friends, I'll just tell them I had a dream, like go, get a reading from somebody, or go check your own cards or whatever. But I have to personally know you. If I had a dream about you or something, or if you're a client of mine, I'll tell you, hey, I dreamed about you. That's different. But I don't go up to random strangers and just start cold reading them and then be like, okay, if you want to know more, like, pay me some money. When they're not seeking your services is another thing. Like I said, if you work in a spiritual shop and you are a reader and you give like a free message, because they're going into a spiritual shop. Most of the times when you go into a spiritual shop, you're seeking spiritual services. That's different than going out into the middle of the street and just cold reading people, contacting them on their personal social media when they haven't even asked you for these services. You know what I mean? So be careful with that. Be careful with people that use fear tactics. I remember when I was really young and I was starting out on this path, there was a babalao. And I'm not saying anything against babalaos. It's just, I'm not going to judge the whole Santeria community on one person, but he was a babalao. I'm not going to sit here and lie. And he was like, if you don't book this ritual and let me do like, or whatever, thing, once you leave this reading, you're going to get hit by a car. Like, okay, no, I'm not. Because you're really hexed and all this stuff. What I actually had was a medical condition. I was not hexed. Yes, you can do the evil eye on somebody. But the thing is, like, you would know if somebody did the evil eye on you. Because other things in your life will be unexplainably just a bout of really bad luck, and the doctors can't explain why you're sick. Those are spiritual conditions. Things that doctors can't explain why you're sick, because genuinely you're healthy, but for some reason you just can't stop being sick. That's a spiritual condition. But like, this was like, I went to the doctor. I was having an allergic reaction to a spider bite. It had nothing to do with being hexed, because everything else in my life was fine. I left the guy's place and I did not get hit by a car. Like, and it was the worst, most inaccurate reading I've ever gotten. So like, I was like, this is why I don't really like reading with people, because it was a shitty reading. Excuse me, but like, this stuff really annoys me. Like, it was a really crap reading, and I was really, really annoyed, because I was like, I just wasted this money. But I took it with a grain of salt and I left. But I did tell him, like, no, that's not accurate. And he was getting mad, and that's when he's like, oh, you're hexed and yada yada yada. I was like, okay. So anyway, I went to the doctor, rash went away. But this guy was really creepy, and I never went to him again, and things of that nature. So, and this was before I started professionally reading or even getting into spirituality. This is when I was literally trying to seek like guidance and what path I'm supposed to follow and things like that, so yeah. When someone's very controlling is another thing. Like, I'm gonna put this person as an example. You can't do anything unless you go through me, and things like that. And I'm like, no. My mom is initiated and she's taught me stuff, so I have the basic knowledge. I've been serving these spirits. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So he was like, oh, if you ever go professional, like you have to put the clients through me first. I have to approve if you can do this. And then I was like, I never said I was gonna go under your mentorship. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he was very, very controlling and pushy and very sexist too. This particular person. Again, I'm not saying all babalas are like that. I'm just saying this particular person. I am so happy that I did not go under his mentorship, that I listened to my intuition, that I ran out of his shop, and it led me to find the right teachers, the right mentors, the right people with the background that my mom gave me, and so on and so forth. So I found my place, you know. Be careful of people that just outright ask for money. Like I said, you know, you're not even asking them for anything, and they're trying to convince you that you need to do this really elaborate ritual, or you do one reading and you have to get initiated right now and give me thousands of dollars and all these things. Not everybody is meant to get initiated, and things like that. Initiation is really for people that are wanting to professionally do work for others, and things like that. But if you just want a relationship with the spirits themselves personally, initiation is not a necessary thing. And I feel like because that makes a lot of money, a lot of people are trying to push people into that. And when they end up doing is, not only are you looking like a bully, you're making these paths look like a money gaining scheme, you know. Not everybody's supposed to get initiated. Not everybody's called to help others. Everybody has their place in the spiritual community. So not everybody can be the leader. You know what I mean? So that's what initiation is for, the leader, and things like that. So you'll have, like I said, people that just want to bully you into stuff, people that want to just outright, oh, you need to do all this stuff, and that's not true. There are many people that serve these spirits without ever even being initiated, you know. And things like that. Please don't make this a whole thing on the comment section, because I just foresee that happening. Because if you start like arguing about how, yes, you know, and bashing any of the stuff I'm talking about, like making fun of santeros or doing that in a mean way, or like trying to get people to argue with you in the comment section, I will reserve my right to keep this a safe space, and I will have to delete your comment. So make sure that the comments, we can share ideas, we could exchange ideas. Feel free to leave a comment down below, but just don't, like, I know certain people just like to argue with people, and I just really don't want that on this video, because the video really is not about that. It's just be careful of certain things. If you want to share your horror stories down there, would more than love to like read your stories, because I feel like this is a real thing here. I've had clients that have literally wasted their whole life savings on rituals that never happened. You know, when a spiritualist, root worker, whatever you want to call them, promise things that are unrealistic. So if you get this root work with me, your husband will come back tomorrow. Your boyfriend will come back tomorrow. Get your whatever to call you in 7 hours, whatever. Get rich in 10 hours or whatever. Like, that's unrealistic. This is why I'm very leery about promising time frames at this time for work, because you have to give the spirits time. I was talking to my mambo about that. A lot of people don't understand the science behind magic. The things that go on behind the scenes, the energies that are working and things like that. When we constrict and just, I need to know, like, is this going to happen by Tuesday? Like, you can't do that. There's certain things that have to happen before you get the result, especially depending on the complexity of your work. So even though I might try to give you a window, a frame, like around this time I see that happening, is not something that I really like to do, because then people kind of just get stuck with that time frame. And I notice it does worse harm than it does good. Because then they start sabotaging the work by trying to rush it. Well, I don't want to wait 6 months. So sometimes it's just better to let the work take, you know, and just do your checkup readings and things like that. And I'm very good about keeping you updated on your work and giving you updates and things like that. So be careful of people that offer to do work for you and they have the messiest life. So like I said, I do different things. I'm very happy with myself. I love myself. I love my kids. I have a pretty balanced and consistent life. I didn't so much have that in the past, but I am in a good place right now. So I feel that I am good to help other people. I can't be helping people if back when I was in my first marriage and I had a husband who beat me up every day. But then I'm doing love work for you. So that energy that I have of being abused is going to go into your work. That's not good. That's messy. Or I have like dysfunctional children all over the place, but I'm doing a spell to like heal your child. Like that will make no sense. So be careful of the workers that have messy lives, chaotic lives. Oh, I'm gonna do money work for you, but I live, and this is not to make fun of anybody, but I literally am living on the street. Like, if you could do money work, why are you living on the street? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that your worker has to be rich. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable, but I'm not rich. You know, I'm not, you know, whatever. But when I need to get money from the spirits, when I need to do certain, I can get that done because I'm actually comfortable in being comfortable, if that makes sense. Um, so, you know, be careful who you can they actually deliver the results. You know, look at their life. Look, you know, listen to your intuition, you know. If that person seems very chaotic, why would you want to welcome a chaotic energy if they themselves haven't mastered the skills to create certain outcomes from themselves? How can they guarantee you that same thing? Be careful of root workers that ask too many questions when they're reading you. So they're not even giving you a reading. They're more like, so, and you're like, I just noticed that they kind of more ask me stuff and I'm more answering. So I'm giving them the reading, if that makes sense. Be careful with that. You know, fishing for information. Be careful for the people you contract and then all of a sudden communication ceases. I've heard so many horror stories about people booking a spell, booking a ritual, booking a ceremony, and that person pretty much takes all their money and then they never hear from them ever again. One of the biggest scams and tell signs is when people want you to wire the money, because once you wire it, you can't get it back. So a lot of scams happen with that. And number 11, a person who will never give you any confirmations, any updates, and things like that. Like, I do take a picture of stuff at times. I do answer your questions. I do the follow-up readings. Like, it doesn't mean I'm going to talk to you every second of the day because I do have to do the work for you and others and readings and things like that. But I always try to at least get back to you within a day or two if it's really busy. But I'll get back to you is my point. I'll let you know, hey, this is how the overall spell went. This is the reading that I did for it, because I'll read the candle, I'll read the flames. Like, I you know, I will make sure you know that something's being done on your behalf, whether you ask me to or not. I do that. Just like this weekend when I was doing client rituals, I took pictures and sent them to those clients and said, hey, this is what your ritual looks like. You know, work is being done. People need to see what you're doing. Like, they're paying you good money, their hard-earned money. Like, why can't you confirm that you're actually doing that? Because too many people have paid for stuff and the person has never actually even done anything. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of scam, guys. So please just be careful out there and things like that. So these are just some signs to look out for, things that people have shared with me about scams and things like that. And it's sad because then when they meet an authentic person like myself, they have trust issues, and legitimately so, but it's like really sad, you know. When people are just looking for help and spirituality and growth and a mentor or a teacher and guidance in their most dire, I will never understand somebody that can exploit something like that. You know, I can't. Like, it's disgusting to me. But much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my video, please like, please subscribe, please comment below. And if you want to work me on a one-on-one basis, an authentic root work spiritualist person and psychic, please go to my website, shamanic@workpriestess.com. Book yourself a reading. If you want to know what spirits are in your spirit court, I now offer a spirit court investigation readings or a pre-consultation reading if you're looking to do spell work for me. We will discuss that further, pricing and what to expect and all that beautiful stuff, okay? So shamanic@workpriestess.com. I do psychic readings. I connect to the past, present, and future. I can tell you what he, she, or they is thinking about you and all that wonderful stuff, and I will give you predictions with a time frame. So much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and until my next video, bye.